Generally, the routing on the 6X is excellent. Here we take a look at a couple of examples where the routing may not be exactly where you want to go. So always have your map and compass as a backup. You can see that we are off track or off course, but we are following a track and it's not yet rerouted us. This is obviously the track through here. As you can see, it's actually going to meet up at the top of the top left of the watch. So it will be interesting to see at which point and if it reroutes us. You can see where Shelliston Tor is, 45 degrees to our right, that blue dot. And interestingly, you can see the route the watch wants us to take. It wants us to cross a bridge, go up a track, and then cross right in the middle, where actually, as far as I'm aware, you can't actually cross there. There is a bridge, where that arrow is, there's a bridge. I know that, because I've been there many times. But where it wants you to cross back, I don't think you can actually cross there. Not easily, anyway. Not if you ask Novice Wild Camper, anyway. And I'm very sure you can't. So, the routing of this is exceptionally good. And clearly, if you were in the mountains, in the Lake District, Scotland or something like that, where you had to go around somehow or other, then of course that routing would be perfect. Here, of course, there is a path that runs across there, and it does kind of go up to Shelliston. Doesn't appear to be on that. Martin, you need to update your map. Maybe it's my map, because I haven't updated them. So I'm too mean. I've just paid for one-off map. But I'm sure that path would have been there a very, very long time. So theoretically, it should have been on, potentially, on this map. Okay, when I zoom in, you can see Shelliston there, and there isn't a path there. So I'm guessing because there isn't a path, it's not routing you along a non-existent path. But I can't imagine what it's routing you up the other side either, to be honest. But I will say that apart from that, and this is where clearly you don't... Lassie, come on up here now. Come on up here. This is clearly where you don't just blindly follow, you know, technology. You have to be able to you have to be aware of your surroundings. You have to be aware of, you know, your map. And, you know, whether you can safely get from A to B without necessarily following, you know, technology. So, you know, clearly just bear that in mind. I'll just show you a few of the data fields for this route. Now, the top one is the compass bearing, and clearly we should be going, according to this, in that direction, which of course would take you down to the bridge, the other side. So that is quite a handy feature, that red on there, because that indicates how far off course you are. Then of course you've got your speed, and then of course the distance remaining, and it thinks there's a kilometre to go, whereas clearly, you know, it's literally just up there. The next data field was the map, which you've seen. The next data field, distance that we've done, 6.5, average walking speed 4 kilometers, the GPS elevation, time that we've been walking, 2 hours 3 minutes. And obviously we would have been a little bit quicker than that, but we have stopped a few times, and I had to make a phone call from my parents as well. But we've been en route for 2 hours 3 minutes. So that 2 on the left is not a lap, as I thought at one time. That's your hours. The next data screen that I have, and remember, all of these are completely customizable, so you can put whatever you want. So total ascent, descent, and then current elevation, location, temperature, and then footpath distance remaining 0. I think that means how far off course you are, and given that we're on course, that's a little bit strange. I'm not quite sure what that one means exactly. Clearly that arrow indicates the direction that you need to be walking, and you need to be aiming for a footpath. That's your graph for the elevation of the entire walk. Estimated time on route 20 minutes, distance remaining 1 kilometer. Estimated time of arrival 7:45. Clearly it will be before that over there. And that's just a few of the data fields, you know, that I have set up on there, and you can change those, and I'll show you how you can change them